Hello, this is your CAT-RG assignment, Interactions and Relationships. Students will use the CAT-RG and the New Brunswick Curriculum Framework to reflect upon current practices regarding creating reciprocal relationships. You're going to choose an area of focus, create a plan, and then follow through. You'll then submit the documentation to demonstrate how you've achieved what you've set out to do in your plan. You will notice that this assignment has two parts, Part 1 and Part 2. Both have separate due dates. The Reflect and Plan portion, which is Part 1, is due March 27th. You're going to download and fill out the CAT-RG Planning and Reflective Sheet that can be found in your Brightspace course under Module 1, under the tab Your CAT-RG Assignment. You're going to choose an area to focus on. Then, the focus that you've chose, make sure that it's something that's new for you and that you will actively work on in your daily practices over the next 3 weeks. You are expected to use the CAT Reflective Guide and the New Brunswick Curriculum Framework in completing this form. When you're completing the form, be sure to use proper APA citation for each time you reference something from these documents. The CAT-RG Planning and Reflection Sheet looks like this. So this sheet will be due on March 27th. You're going to go through it and you're going to choose one section of the CAT-RG, that being physical space, props, materials, furnishing or loose parts, time or interactions and relationships. Then you're going to choose a curricular expectation that you want to work on from those sections. And then you will go down and answer the questions below. What curricular expectation did you choose? You're going to write that over here and explain why. You're going to look at the pedagogical practices and provisions. You're going to go through these questions and then answer the questions on this side. Your questions for observation and conversations and reflections. And then how you will document that learning. Okay. Remember to read the directions there. Part 2 of the assignment, which is the implementation and documentation, which is due April 10th, will take place over the next 3 weeks. So over the next few weeks, you're going to implement the plan that you have created in the documentation that you created for the reflective and plan piece of this assignment. You're going to follow your documentation plan to create documentation to show what you have done over the past 3 weeks that meets the curricular expectation. Your documentation should show how you've applied this curricular expectation to your practice, the outcome, what you've learned, and what your next steps will be. You want to make sure that you go back into Brightspace and review the rubrics for both Part 1 and Part 2 carefully to understand the grading expectations for this assignment.